Hey everybody, producer Joey here. We had some slight technical difficulties at the start with the caller, but we do correct this issue, so please bear with us.
Welcome to the World of Kayfabe podcast. I am your host, Nick Venom, along with my two good friends, Daggly Crocker, and the man that no longer has technical issues, no longer has internet issues, now has high-speed internet. I give you, but the man of the biggest water cup is none other than the dashing one himself, Dan the Man. Tonight, Kenny Omega's not going to hire us for this, all right? Because tonight, we got a lot of topics for you guys. We got Malachi Black. I want to say Aleister Black, but Malachi Black is coming out with the more details of his release. We also have Kenny Omega saying that he doesn't want to hire half of the talent that was already on there. And we also got probably the dumbest match in the history of WWE, Roman Reigns versus Logan Paul at Piss Jewel. That's right, I said it, Piss Jewel, because I'm not watching that pay-per-view. Absolutely not. But before we get to all that, good shit, all that good stuff, gentlemen, how you doing tonight on this lovely Monday night? My head's all over the place.
Well, this Monday morning night has been great.
Yeah. Happy Monday morning night, Dan.
Yeah, it's been a really good Monday morning night, man.
Yeah, well, I got my special shirt on for tonight's festivities because this Wednesday is gonna be very interesting. I hope it happens. It needs to happen. It really needs to happen at this point. But before we get to all those great topics, Dan, how was your weekend, bro?
It was good. It's better now that I got better internet.
I'm about to say you look a lot better now without no glitching and
no longer on dial-up.
Oh no, like poor Dan. Dan, if there's anybody who had really bad internet issues, it was Dan. Poor thing.
Well, something told me that, like I said, I knew it was my router, and sure enough, it was bad.
Right. And now, as you can see, I am now sporting a new pair of specs. I got glasses now, so I like it, but then I don't like it.
Yeah, welcome to the group of Four Eyes, man.
Honestly,
shush. Thank you.
I thought it was a sound effect. I didn't realize that was actually you. No, but yeah, Joey, how was your weekend, bruh?
That was good.
Oh, that's good. Anything unusual? Anything great happening?
Not really.
Any places that you visited that was great?
Nope.
You didn't visit no historical areas, nothing like that?
Nah.
You didn't take your dogs anywhere that was, worth an adventure?
No, not really.
You can't stay at the park.
No, not really. Not really. I stubbed my toe the other day and ripped my toe up to shreds with blood, and so it doesn't feel great to walk right now.
I mean, you could get you a wheelchair, follow around like you're Professor X or some shit.
Professor Croc.
Yeah, Professor Croc. There we go. Bruh! I think we just gave him a new nickname. I think Daggly Crocker, I don't know.
He fucked up.
Oh.
Joey is the real Killer Croc.
No, not Killer Croc. It's already. Why the hell? We start off with a bang, huh, dude? We start off with a bang. He answered my text. He answered. But yes, Professor Croc. I'm gonna start calling you Professor Croc now. It's no longer Daggly Crocker. Professor Croc is probably a great
Old
name.
Betty Crocker.
Not Betty Crocker. He doesn't make cakes. No. But my weekend
you want to believe how many times I've been asked that?
Of course. They ask you, are you related to Betty Crocker by any chance?
It's not even a real person. That's a fucking marketing thing.
He's like, what? I don't know who the fuck Betty Crocker is. Get the fuck out of here. No, but we have a really good show for you guys tonight. We got a lot of killer topics. Before we get to all that, my weekend was good, but also bad. Bad because I had to get suited for my tux for my buddy's wedding, and the cost of that was absolutely ridiculous. You should put that suspenseful sound bit if you have it. You know what I mean? Because it was not that suspenseful. Not that
Taco Bell.
Wait a minute. Jesus Christ. If Taco Bell is very expensive, then we got a serious problem. No, I spent about $250 to rent a tux for my good friend. So if you're watching this, you're welcome.
Wow.
Yeah. Oh, there you go. But that's close enough. And also, it was me and my girlfriend's 4-year anniversary last Thursday. Thank you. And I think Crocker. Oh, look at that!
Stand up.
The professor chimes in perfectly. But yes, we made 4 years. We had a great dinner date, and we went hang out at my buddy's house, which is the same guy who I'm gonna be in the wedding with. We all hung out. I checked out his PS5. Like, I actually got a chance to actually hold a PS5 controller for the first time. And I'm gonna be honest, like, since the PS2 controller, I feel like this is a damn controller, in my opinion. You know what I mean? Like, such a good controller. Just how I feel, honestly. And I mean, I've been doing a lot of thinking about it. If I'm gonna restart my Twitch, I'm gonna have to get some brand new hardware. So next year, I might be getting a PS5. I might be looking into getting one because it's time. It's time. You know what I mean? Like, the PS4, we had some great runs. We had a good era. We had a good time. 7 years I've been having this thing, and it's ridiculous. But anyway, without further ado, we have the return of a certain drink. The return of a certain beverage that always starts the show, and I feel like tonight, because we may have a special call in from a special guy if Professor Crocker has the picture of that guy. Oh, that's just.
I didn't mean for that to be so loud.
Yeah. I feel like Eric Bishop coming out from Nitro, and he's doing this to the crowd, bruh. Just right there. Just right there. But without ado, tonight, Dan Stringer brought out Liquid Death. Ooh, yeah. Brought out some Liquid Death, Dan.
Oh, yeah.
Even though we ain't gonna get a pop out of this. So it's time for the Me Gusta Pop. Let's see. You ready, Dan? You ready? Oh,
me gusta.
I didn't know what the sound that
The
was.
fact that it's splashed all over my face. Hang on, I gotta take my camera off on this one. Jesus Christ. This is why I need to get a new camera. This because the crap like this. This is why I need to get me a new camera.
The sound that sound was called fizz, and I don't know what that was.
As I'm opening the can, it's like a big old water spot just splashed my forehead. Like, it's ridiculous. Anyway, so tonight, we got some great news to kick off the show. It's official. Triple H has finally done it. After many years of proposing the idea to Vince McMahon, he has finally done it. He is bringing out penetration in a chain. No, I'm joking. We're in War Games! Do it one more time, Joe, because I freaking...
Actually, you were pretty synced with it.
War Games!
War Games!
War Games is coming to Survivor Series. I'm very excited. It is announced today that we're going to get not one, but two War Games. I thought he was going to do it. 2 War Game matches, which is a men's and a women's, which is seems fair. I felt like NXT could have had the women's side of the War Games because, I mean, obvious Toxic Attraction, they would have had a 4th person against whoever they can come up with. But I'm glad that it's going to be, on the main roster. But who knows? You might get NXT people for Survivor Series because there's no longer SmackDown versus Raw. Oh, we got a call.
That's creepy.
Hi.
That is mighty creepy.
Hi, Outlaw. Are you there? Hey, welcome to the show.
Hey, yo.
Buddy.
I love how he says Paul Logan. That's great.
Paul Logan.
Yeah.
Some jabroni named Logan Paul. I don't know who that guy is.
Yeah, like Roman Reigns said, he doesn't know him because he's not a 15-year-old girl.
See, I didn't watch the press conference. That's actually pretty funny. I mean, he even admitted that he didn't want to hire half the people that are in the roster right now. You know what I mean? So, and that kind of sucks because you have so many great people like The Acclaim, who deserves to be tag champs. Lucha Bros, obviously, you know, you're trio champion along with Pac. You got Ricky Starks, you got Powerhouse Hobbs, you got Ethan Page, you got Lee Moriarty, you got Cass or W. Morrissey now. You got W. Morrissey that just made his debut in AEW, which is crazy. I mean, I don't know if he's fully signed with AEW.
He is. He's all over.
Oh, he is. Okay. So that's the thing. And I feel the same way, Mike. I'm going to be honest. Like Tony Khan, this is year 3, right? Of Dynamite. I'm starting to think this is becoming WCW 2000. Yeah, because the Thursday Night Football stuff is now on Amazon Prime, which is crazy. And I think it was also a Paramount Plus, if I'm not mistaken.
There's actually some discussion right now of because Peacock's not good. Hold on, which was it? I can't remember now. It's okay. Yeah, Warner Brothers Media is actually being discussed on being bought by Peacock right now because of how bad Warner Brothers is in shape.
Yeah, and it's in terrible shape. I mean, look at what AEW's going through right now. It's like what Mike said. I mean, they're having contract issues with TBS and TNT. The thing is, they're doing what WCW did back in the day. They had a shows on both channels, Nitro being on TNT, Thunder, and Saturday Night. And I believe Pro at one point, or Worldwide, was on TBS. So some of the main stuff was on TBS, most of the shows. But you're looking at, with AEW's standpoint, it's like you got Dynamite on TBS, you got Rampage on TNT, and then you got Dark and Elevation on YouTube. So that right there, three channels, is crazy.
Which the people that can't get cable can get those YouTube shows, but
that is not.
There's barely anything on those shows.
I'd rather watch NWA. I'd rather watch NWA for free.
Yeah, that's a good. He didn't bring them over to build up the AEW talent. He brought them over and built them up as AEW talent when they're actually WWE talent.
Right.
Now have you heard the official ticket numbers right now for Arthur Ashe? So last year at Arthur Ashe, they did 15,000 plus people, right? They're only at about 9,000 tickets right now.
Jesus.
Yes, for a venue at max capacity.
Yeah,
they don't do no promotion.
Yeah, that's a good
Dynamite.
Yeah, they're like a WWE will run local commercials on your local news and all that junk and do contests and all that. AEW doesn't do any of that.
I remember when AEW came to New Orleans. See, I'm from Louisiana, and I remember very well because I have AEW all over the place. Like I follow AEW on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, you name it. So I knew they were coming to New Orleans. Now, the fucked up part was I was going to go. As a matter of fact, CM Punk and my boy Penta El Zero was going to open the show, and that was a disaster match. Granted, on paper, this is like absolutely a must. But they were in New Orleans. They were actually in the Lakefront Arena, which I was actually over there about a few weeks ago. I went to see a rap group called the Suicide Boys, and they did a great job. But getting back to wrestling, my thing with AEW is I've been a fan since day one. All right, when Double or Nothing came out, I watched it. Pop and Moxley came out. It was awesome. Fast forward, we're in year 3, and from what you, Joey, and from what you, Mike, said is absolutely true. You're taking all these guys that are from WWE and you making them the top star. You making them the big names instead of people like Darby Allin, Sammy Guevara. Even though I can't stand the son of a bitch, Sammy Guevara, making him a monster heel, making him that Triple H type heel back in the 90s. You know what I mean? You have a great opportunity to do that. The only thing is that Tony Khan's not doing the right thing. He's not putting people like them over. Even MJF. MJF should have already been champion at this point. Really should have. I hate to say that. But at this point, now more than ever, he needs to be champion. And I've said this on last week's podcast. I said this on the week before. You know what I mean? And it's like, my thing is, Tony Khan loves Jon Moxley. He does. The thing is, what I feel is going to happen, I can't believe I'm going to say this, they're going to put Moxley the champion. If for some reason I feel like Bryan Danielson is going to walk out, I really hope that's the case. Either way, I feel like MJF is going to cash in that chip that he won at All Out and become AEW champion.
Well, like
this Wednesday night.
Like I told you, I think they're going to give it to Danielson. They're going to have that brief feel-good moment, and then MJF is just going to steal it.
But they're going to copy. But they're going to copy from SummerSlam 20thing, though.
Doesn't
really
matter.
Think about it.
It ain't like it's the first time that's ever been done.
He already teased on Ariel that the belt would be a bargaining chip on his contract.
Yeah. So hey, Mike, what's your thoughts on Grand Slam this Wednesday? Are you excited for the show?
And I mean, I can't believe this is going on because, like I said, I've been a fan since day one. I've watched almost their entire stuff. I've watched AEW religiously over the last 2 years. You know what I mean? Like with Dynamite, when it first came out, I'm like, okay, I'm gonna give it a little while. I'm gonna still watch it because I mean Kenny Omega's on there. I love Kenny Omega, and of course, Penta El Zero on there. So I'm definitely gonna be watching him. Definitely gonna be enjoying him. As a matter of fact, you can actually see me dressed up as Penta El Zero on my Facebook page, facebook.com/Nick Bujo. Anyway, but yeah, that was cool. And then the pandemic kind of happened. I felt like if the pandemic wouldn't happen, I think CM Punk would have came back sooner. And that's just my opinion. But, and I'm going to be real, and we've been talking about this whole CM Punk situation since after All Out. We had a whole episode pretty much dedicated to the CM Punk situation. And I'm going to say this right here. It was awesome to see him come back, last year. You know what I mean? It was a feel-good moment. I had tears, I'm not going to lie. And you can call me a fucking mark. I don't care. But it was such a cool moment. And now we're fast forward to a year later, and he's become the biggest prick in wrestling right now. And it sucks because I wouldn't want that to happen to him. But it's like, your ego. That was the problem. It was his ego. You know what I mean? And it's like, instead of putting over Jon Moxley, instead of putting over such and such, no, instead he wants to go into business for himself. And he wants to act like an ass, and he literally pulled his pants down, showed his ass. Not really, by the way, metaphorically speaking. And Tony Khan just sitting there like, okay, you don't allow this shit to happen. You should not let this shit happen in the first place. So yeah, I agree with Mike. I feel like Tony Khan is now losing it. Going into Grand Slam, how I feel about Grand Slam, I mean, I'm kind of like the same on the same fences as what Mike is. With the current situation that's going on right now, people are starting to turn away from AEW. They're starting to go to watch WWE because now WWE is run by a guy that actually wants to do something for the company and make the company better, and not just make the company better for himself. He wants to make the company for the future of that company. And that's why WWE is still going on to this very day. You know what I mean? That's just my opinion. Plus, I want the Acclaim to be tag champs. Just saying.
Well, you were explaining all that. I went ahead and looked up AEW Grand Slam on the internet, and it's really funny because when you look it up, the only thing they really are talking about is Bryan Danielson and Jon Moxley. I mean, they don't really have any other matches that I see here, and this is supposed to be happening on the 21st. This proves my point exactly. I mean, you have something out here. You're talking about one match. Now granted, I'll go back to WWE is pulling out their version of Extreme Rules here on October 6th, which they only have one match out for it right now as well. But the thing about it, Well, I didn't watch Monday Night Raw tonight, so they might have added some more matches tonight. But by the time that the end of this month and before that match happens, you get to know all the matches. You're going to know what's going on, unless they throw a few tweaks in there before.
Right.
And so that's what I see anyway. That's the viewpoint I take on it.
Well, real quick before we switch gears, I will say this: going into Grand Slam, I'm gonna be honest. I'm not looking forward to that final match between Bryan Danielson and Jon Moxley. I'm just not, because it's like I said last week. If you watched last week's show, I even told Dan straight up. I said, "Bro, if they put the title on." Oh, excuse me. If they put the title on Moxley again, I'm done. I feel like that's the nail in the coffin for me. And I love not to take anything away from Moxley. I think Moxley is one of the best to do it. But you got more talent than just Jon Moxley. This is all elite wrestling, not all elite Moxley. You see what I mean?
Like I said, I agree with you as well. I'm not looking forward to it, but I'm also looking forward to it because I want to see the end of it.
Yeah.
So I want the match to be as fast as possible because I want to see if my boy MJF cashes in that poker chip. Dude,
I feel like that's what's going to happen.
Bro, that crowd is going to pop so hard if he does it.
Oh, yeah. It's going to be bigger than All Out. It's going to be a lot bigger. It's going to be a bigger pop than that.
They are trying to get that crowd to hate MJF so much, but the problem is that crowd loves him so much.
Yeah, it's ridiculous. It's very ridiculous. But now switching gears, we had
I want to say one thing. I apologize for any issues we're having with audio. I hate having multiple audio things. The caller audio is better now.
Mike, if you're still there, can you say something?
No, it's working now.
It's wonderful. I enjoy being on your show. Having a great time. Hope you all like the temporary outlaws for tonight.
Hey, look. Hey, we outlaws for life. That's just how it is. We're the outlaws of the podcast world because that one guy, I'm not going to mention the man's name, but apparently we're outlaws. So that actually fits perfectly well. Anyway, not going to throw any signs or anything like that. But anyway, switching gears, Crown Jewel is official. We have Paul Logan versus Roman Reigns versus Logan Paul. For the undisputed WWE Universal Champion, which, I'm going to be honest, I had to say this. I mean, look, Logan Paul has impressed me. I will say that. The 5-star frog splash that he did at SummerSlam on Sid Nelson's table was absolutely epic as shit. But that's not going to get you a damn title shot against the man that has been dominant over the last 2.5 years. Well, I say 2.5 years. 2 years. You know what I mean? Like, no. Mike, what's your thoughts on this, man?
Well, I'm hoping you guys, let me go backwards a little bit. Let's talk. I will answer your question, but let's talk about Roman Reigns for a minute before I answer that question. Because I was a huge Roman Reigns fan when he was the top dog. And he was fighting Brock Lesnar. It's kind of funny. And this is another thing AEW needs to do with its crew as well. They turned Roman Reigns basically into the good guy and Brock Lesnar he was the face at the time. Brock was the heel. Right. They've done a total 360 on that. Got Roman Reigns doing this tribal chief. I wrote a blog actually. If you guys, I don't mean to keep promoting stuff. If you guys want to really check me out, I wrote a blog.
Dude, keep promoting as much as you can.
Roman Reigns, the WWE Undisputed Cheater. And here's the thing. Roman Reigns has turned into everything that he used to complain about Brock Lesnar, about being part-time, not showing up on pay-per-views, about not being full-time. And now here's Roman Reigns in that thing. Now, if it had been because of his leukemia, I probably would have excused that. I don't think that's what it's from. I don't know why he's signed this part-time contract and why Triple H and Stephanie McMahon, the CEO of the company, are allowing
Nick Khan and all them.
Right.
I agree with that.
The fans are getting tired of Roman Reigns having the undisputed both titles. So now he has WWE Championship and the Undisputed Championship. The fans are getting tired of that, and the USA Network, if you guys do their research, is now pressuring the WWE to bring our titles back to the USA. They actually made a request to the WWE to either bring the titles back or make an interim title for USA Raw. Now, the thing about Roman Reigns is he made a statement a while back ago, and I call Roman Reigns out on this thing. Yes, Roman Reigns, the outlaw Michael Thompson, is calling you out. And the thing is, Roman Reigns, you said you had beaten everybody. Okay? He has not beaten everybody on the Raw and SmackDown roster. I could give you one name right now that he has not been in the ring with and has not beaten, and that would be Omos. Why is Omos not getting a shot? Okay, let me give you another name. Otis. He has not beaten Otis. So why is Otis not getting a shot? He, I don't believe, has beaten Braun Strowman. I could be wrong on that one. But
yeah, I think he's beaten Braun Strowman.
Why is Braun Strowman coming back and not getting a shot at Roman Reigns? Now, what I'm saying is, the tourist that WWE has brought an outside person, like they brought Bad Bunny in on one of the pay-per-views. I think, like Logan Paul, or Paul Logan, whatever your name is. I keep confusing you two. He might be a great internet star. Yeah, he stepped in the ring with Floyd Mayweather, survived a few rounds with that. Do I think he should be getting the title spot at? No, I don't. I think that title spot should be going to someone on the roster
that deserves it. Someone like, I don't know, Seth Rollins.
Now, your point of Omos and Otis, this would be like Roman Reigns versus Typhoon.
Yeah.
I don't see either of those as actual viable opponents right now.
And here's
hold on.
Go ahead, Dan.
The only way that I could ever see them breaking up the titles. Okay, so I agree with this podcast that I listen to called Solid Monster Sounds Off. He believes the same thing that I do. So let's just say Survivor Series, and this is just our opinion. They do a ladder match for the belts. Roman Reigns versus Seth Rollins. Have them both climb the ladder and have them each pull a title down. So it's safe to get both belts off of Roman. It doesn't make Roman look weak.
Right.
But you also have two champs now. You can have Seth on Raw representing USA, and you can have Roman on SmackDown. So whenever Cody comes back at the Rumble, because we all know it's going to happen, have Cody win the Rumble, go to WrestleMania, defeat Rollins for the belt, main event night 1, and then have night 2, if they can do it, Roman versus The Rock for the title.
It's not a bad one.
It makes sense.
That's a good theory, but the problem is I can almost, like, I will put 100 to 1 odds that The Rock is not going to wrestle at WrestleMania. I'll tell you why. Because number one, his new XFL is opening up around April 2023. Number two, all these movies and TV contracts he does doesn't allow him to step in the wrestling.
Yeah. The last match he got hurt in, so there's no way the Hollywood's going to let him go out and wrestle because he can get injured again.
Yeah.
But I will say this, and I'm actually going to say two things. Number one, screw Otis. Number two, you're damn right I'm so salty about the whole Otis situation. Here's the thing. I don't like Otis. All right? I love the whole I don't like Otis. Here's my reason. All right? This is my biggest reason. I'm a big AJ Styles guy. I am. It's 2020 Money in the Bank. We had that really cool Money in the Bank match. It was awesome. It was great. It was fantastic. The wrong guy won! AJ Styles literally had his goddamn hands on the damn briefcase and he fumbled it. His hands were like Christmas decorations. What the hell happened to his hands?
Now, hold on. I gotta,
and then, hold on. And then stupid effing, look, I don't want to get mad. I don't want to scare Mike off. The thing is, I don't like Otis. Ever since he won that stupid briefcase, I'm like, are you kidding me? You're going to drop as if the other one wasn't bad enough. At least Brock Lesnar made the damn thing a freaking boombox. No, instead, you make this a damn lunchbox. Like, really?
I don't blame you. You're not going to hurt my feelings on this. But how would you feel about, okay, here's a couple other people that instead of Mr. Paul there, Mr. Logan, what about like Bobby Lashley or what about Gunther that's coming up right now?
No, that's a good pick. That's a good pick.
Too good. Those are good.
Two good ones.
Let's go with Braun Breaker. What about Karrion Kross?
You know what?
Too soon. Too soon.
I agree with his Gunther choice. Only reason why I say that, Mike,
slap
is
off,
only because I want to see Roman Reigns get the shit chopped out of him.
Two meaty men doing meaty men stuff,
dude.
War games.
Exactly. It would be.
Hey, and Mike,
without war games, there'd just be war games.
Hey, Mike, what do you think about Triple H bringing war games to Survivor Series, dude?
I think Triple H, I'm going to tell you guys, I think I was a little bit worried about Triple H stepping into the creative role. And I said this on my podcast. I said the thing I was worried about with Triple H was he going to go into the WWE and look at it as a wrestler because, you know, obviously Triple H, King of the Throne, you know, WWE, probably King of the Throne of any wrestling organization. But, you know, I've always loved Triple H. I've actually met him in person once. Him and when China was still alive, I met them in Reno. Great guy. Had a couple conversations with him then. And I just think right now, with all the switches that Triple H and Stephanie McMahon have been doing recently, I think they've been putting WWE on fire. And trust me, I slam WWE constantly about the things they were doing. But as of lately, I can't really find anything that is really negative, except for the fact that I disagree with you on the titles. I think they do need to be split up. I like your theory on the ladder match because I read an article about Roman Reigns and about how the WWE does not want him to lose those titles, but yet they're agreeing that the titles need to be part. That would be an excellent way to do it. I do like the storyline theory there.
I feel like this is my theory, and this is just how I feel what's going to happen, right? I said this, another thing I said on the podcast last week. So we were talking about if Cody Rhodes, he's going to come back at Royal Rumble, possibly win it, right?
Mm-hmm.
And he beats Roman for the titles, right? Now, this is just my opinion. This is just my theory. So just take it as you will, right? So I'm kind of doing this spin, but it's like kind of like 2002, and they just got the brand split going on. It's you know, it's Raw and SmackDown. They each have, well, they used to have their own titles. It was like the WWF title and the World Heavyweight title, right? So in this case, you have the Universal, right, and the WWE Championship. Cody wins both of them in a 35-minute classic match with Roman Reigns. It's going to be bonkers. It's going to be all over the place. It's going to be a great match. The following, we'll say week, right, because we want Cody to have the two belts. It'll be a cool moment, be a good Kodak moment, if you will. But then you have Triple H coming out to start the show on the next episode of Raw. And he has a bag in his hand, a mysterious bag. And he calls out Cody Rhodes to the ring. And Cody's got the two belts and he's walking around. At this point, he'd probably have Brandy with him or maybe Orn Anderson. Who knows? They'll come down to the ring.
I believe Arn's still signed over in AEW.
Well, whatever. Whatever the case may be. He can bring back Ric Flair. I really don't care. My thing is, Triple H calls him like, this is a new era. All right? The dawn of the days of the Universal title is dead. So, I feel like what they might do, and I hope they do it, bring back the Wing Eagle belt, but have a modern spin to it.
Yeah.
See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's just my opinion.
There were some rumors earlier about the belt you're talking about possibly coming back.
Hey, what belt you talking about?
You're talking about the WWE Eagle belt, right?
Yeah.
It was the old.
See, that's the belt I would like to have.
I've heard rumors about new undisputed tag team belts.
Yeah, and those look really good.
Well,
yeah.
Cody even mentioned that WWF, the Winged Eagle, is his favorite on the Stone Cold podcast.
Look, whose belt isn't their favorite? The Winged Eagle is always your favorite.
No,
or the Attitude Era World Title was fucking clean. The big round one that Triple H wore. Oh, hold on, let's see. Oh, the big gold belt. Yes. Yes, that's okay. So Nick, every time I see that belt right there, Triple H, it screams Triple H.
It's all about the game and how you play it, all about control and how you can take it. Yeah, this is my belt. This is my all-time.
Let me ask you guys another question. Then this is the kind of interesting theory that I came up with as well. So we have Judgment Day on Raw, which is Damian Priest, Dominic Mysterio now, and Rhea Ripley. You have the Bloodline over on SmackDown, which is currently Sami Zayn, Solo, the Usos, and Roman Reigns. What about those two powerful factions mixing it up a little bit?
I wouldn't mind that.
I wouldn't mind that, but to me, it just wouldn't make sense at the moment.
It wouldn't. I'm gonna say this right here. If you're gonna do War Games, I feel like, and my buddy Chris, who is a friend of mine on Facebook, he kind of called it. He kind of had a really good theory. I feel like if they're gonna do War Games, it's gonna be the Bloodline. Obviously, I feel like for the men's, it's gonna be the Bloodline, without a doubt. However, which members of the Bloodline? I feel like it's gonna be obviously Roman Reigns, if he doesn't defend the titles.
It's good. It would be fucking Roman, Solo, Sikoa, and the Usos.
And the Usos, right? But here's where it gets interesting. You have Kevin Owens.
Yeah.
You have Brock Lesnar.
No.
Right?
No.
But,
just hear me out. Just hear me out. You got Brock Lesnar. You got Drew McIntyre, if that happens. And for the fourth member, you got Sami Zayn.
That would. I respect your opinion, but I'm also going to decline it because it sounds like fantasy booking. But that's something I can see on WWE 2K22.
Now, I got something.
But they don't have War Games on 2K22.
Well, I got something that will. What if it turns out just to be something stupid?
You hear that, 2K23?
What if it turns out to be something...
Put in War Games, damn it!
What if it happens to be something like the Judgment Day with Dominic versus Rey Mysterio, Edge, and some other people?
Yeah,
what if it turns out just to be that?
Well, someone was saying that it could be the like the Bloodline versus the Brawling Brutes, or Imperium versus the Brawling Brutes.
I had heard somewhat that they're still looking at a Raw versus SmackDown type of Survivor Series.
No.
What if we have Raw versus SmackDown in the War Games?
That's just, it doesn't make any sense. I mean, it would make a lot of sense.
I've heard that they're still going with that branding, though.
No, I've heard disputing remarks. I've heard that it's going to be more story driven. It's not going to be Raw versus SmackDown.
It's no longer Raw versus SmackDown. It's more story driven. Bleacher Report even said that.
Okay,
Bleacher Report even dropped that out.
There were rumors about them going back to the brands, but I don't think WWE is going to go back to just like the Monday Night Raw and Friday Night SmackDown brands. And the reason I say that is because they can mix it up more this way. And on top of that, they've already rumored and speculated about not doing the draft this year as well, which would indicate to me that they intend probably not to do individual brands.
Well, I've heard they were supposed to do the draft this year and held it off. I think what they're going to do is they're going to wait till WrestleMania, or after WrestleMania, and start fresh, then do it.
I wouldn't mind it. I wouldn't mind having another draft, but I'm kind of with Mike on this one. Like, at this point, the new era was fun. It was a fun era because it brought back the draft. It brought back the authenticity. I can't freaking say that word. The authenticity of Monday Night Raw, and at that time, Tuesday Night SmackDown Live. So it was pretty cool having exclusive superstars on one company, one brand. Same thing with the other brand. So that was fun.
You know when they keep mentioning like PWG and stuff on the show? This is just a random throw out. You know, it would be interesting if they had the draft and they actually drafted people from the indies.
That would be cool.
That would be very interesting.
Hey, and another thing, since we're talking about shakeups and mix-ups and just kind of, shifting gears in this whole Triple H era, I wonder, and I don't know how much sense this would make, and because it just doesn't feel special to me anymore. I hope that Triple H turns WrestleMania back into one night. I could have understood it.
They're doing 2 nights for $39.
Yeah. Well, no.
It's
I'm not.
Too much. It's too much of a moneymaker though for them to do 2 nights.
Yeah. No, I know, but I feel like I used to feel really like goosebumpy and like butterflies when WrestleMania would come around. It was that one special night. Now they bumped it into 2 nights. I understand they did it during the COVID era, but it just doesn't feel special to me anymore.
Certain matches.
That, man.
I think Tony Khan was talking about 2-day events though too. That's the bad thing.
Yeah, he wanted to do it for All Out, but I don't see that happening. That's just my opinion. But WrestleMania 39 is indeed going to be a 2-night event. Which, I'll be honest with you, like, I'm kind of with Dan. I like the fact that WrestleMania was one night. It was really cool to see the granddaddy of them all, the biggest show of the year.
Well,
it's 2 hours.
Well, it was, you looked forward to that weekend. You had the Hall of Fame ceremony Saturday night. And then the next night was WrestleMania and all of its glory and all of its, like I said, WrestleMania always made me feel like a kid.
And then you had like NXT with their takeovers and stuff like that, that was fun.
Speaking of that, the
great
Triple H has started renaming the NXT pay-per-views TakeOver.
Thank God!
So the first one is NXT TakeOver Halloween Havoc.
Not get Shotzi Blackheart.
I think that's another thing that Triple H is doing. I think Vince McMahon was really killing the NXT. And I'm glad to see Triple H is back investing in the NXT. And he's bringing these pay-per-views. And there's more news and more stuff coming about
which
NXT,
is
good. These are your future. I know you guys know a lot about wrestling and everything like that. But the thing I've always said is, no matter if it's AEW, WWE, GW, Impact Wrestling, ROH, doesn't matter which wrestling organization it is. If you don't get the characters and the entertainers and the fans to enjoy them and to follow them and the storyline, you don't have the organization in the first place.
Right.
So, you got to have these like NXT and stuff like that to build that up. Now, another thing WWE is doing, I don't know if you guys have noticed, they've gone outside the box a little bit. And they're bringing in people that aren't even wrestlers from all kinds of sports.
Yeah. And this, as of late, they're also doing this thing, which they're doing White Rabbits. As of late, they started doing this, I believe, last week. They started doing this last week, and it's at the commercial break.
Yeah.
It's only at live events. It's not while whatever. And it's just a lot of speculation. It could be possibly Bray Wyatt. It could possibly be Malachi Black, which we'll get to him in a moment.
Now, Malachi Black, when he was requested his release from AEW, he did sign a thing like that he can't leave and just go to WWE right away.
Right.
That was part of the rules.
No, hold on.
I think Mr. Black, I saw a blog on him today. He has some issues and I think some injury issues and stuff that he needs to work out too. You know, I don't really think WWE, and I know a lot of people jumped over ships to AEW. I don't think WWE should bring some of these people back that jumped over to AEW just because I think WWE needs to build more people. I would give the same advice that I said about Tony Khan to Triple H, and the fact that, you know, do what you're doing, build up your talent that's underneath there.
Yes.
And build that up, you know. Don't bring back some of the people that left and say all of a sudden, oh, I want to come back. No, it doesn't work that way, buddy.
No.
Well,
no, it doesn't.
Well, in Tony Khan's position, he's just a spoiled kid with a bunch of money. Triple H actually knows.
Hold on. Using his daddy's money.
Yes, using his daddy. Hey,
daddy's credit card.
This is no knock to Tony Khan. I like Tony Khan, but like I talked like in last week's episode, he needs to grow the fuck up, become a boss, and hit that reset button on AEW.
Couldn't you argue that Triple H is just using his father-in-law's money?
Well, yeah.
But the fact is, Triple H and Stephanie and even Shane, you guys can look this up because WWE is a publicly traded company, you guys, on the New York Stock Exchange. They all have investment in their own company.
Yeah.
You know, and you know, so not that you can't deny that Vince McMahon has built this company up, and the money probably did originally come from his father to Vince McMahon to Stephanie McMahon.
Right.
The difference with Tony Khan, though, and I read this today too, since you brought it up, which I didn't even know, is that I saw an article today that AEW had investors as well. So these, because they don't have stocks and stuff, so they'd have to be private investors. And I read an article today. I don't know how true it was or untrue, but I read the article today that those investors right now are wanting to jump ship from AEW. So, you know, and money, you want to talk about money, Tony Khan may be able to get the money from his father or whatever like that, but you got to keep making the money in the wrestling organization to keep it going. The way you make the money from the wrestling organization is from your TV ratings in the first place. Because that's where you get your sponsorships, that's where you get your commercials, and that's where WWE makes about 80% of its money.
Right. I mean, and also that WWE's been around for many years. So they have a lot of experience on putting investments, putting in hard work, signing great talent, putting talent or building talent. You know what I mean? Putting on a good show, putting on a good pay-per-view, putting on a good merch sales, etc. Whereas AEW, they only been around for 4 years. You know what I mean? They still need to learn that shit. They're still going through growing pains. And with this incident that happened, with this incident that occurred, it's now everybody's kind of giving them the nasty look. Like, really? Like, this is what's going on? You're going to promote this type of shit?
Well, you know what? My biggest gripe with AEW is they need to figure out what the hell they're going to do with Ring of Honor stuff, man.
Yeah.
Yeah,
like,
he's been trying to get a TV contract. But speaking of the ratings, there's going to be a big shift to WWE soon because starting Saturday, WWE programming will be dropped off Hulu. So there's going to be... That makes it where Hulu has next day rights to the Raws and SmackDown.
Right.
Yes. So there's going to be a huge drop-off of viewers now.
Yeah, everybody's filtered into USA.
Hang on, what'd you say, Mike?
Still pick it up on Peacock.
Peacock.
It on Hulu, it's not really lost for them because we can still pick it up on Peacock.
No, Peacock's a month late though.
So
Peacock's still.
Yeah. I have noticed that. Peacock is late on the shows and stuff.
So I found a loophole. So for me, I have cable, right?
Yeah.
I don't record my stuff, but however, I get like all the stuff via the apps on my phone.
Yeah.
I get like, you know, for Raw, it'll be on USA app. I think with SmackDown, it'll be on a Fox app.
Yeah.
So, if I miss anything, I can easily. And same thing with AEW. If I miss anything with AEW, and I've done that with TNT, I've watched it when I got back from my girlfriend's house. Like if it's something like, oh my god, Kenny Omega's doing this. Yeah. But that's I've been having cable since I got this house. Unfortunately, my mom has passed away, and this house has now become mine. So I switched everything from cable and all that stuff. So yeah, I mean, I haven't really had an issue, and I know like where you live at, you don't have TBS and TNT, and that really sucks. And you know, and I'm one of those people that feel like, hang on, let me cut my camera off.
Now, hey, Mike, where are you from, brother?
Yeah, where are you from?
I'm actually originally from South Dakota, but right now I live in Springfield, Missouri.
Oh
Wow.
shit! Yeah, that's definitely Native American. South Dakota, that's 100% Native Americans.
As I told you earlier, Rosebud Sioux Indian from the Rosebud Sioux tribe in Rapid City, South Dakota. But yeah, you guys, I have to tell you, I've been having a really lot of fun on your guys' show, but I am going to jump off because unfortunately I do have to get up at like 5 o'clock in the morning. So I want to say thank you guys for having me on your show. And you guys are more than welcome. Like I said, I have a podcast as well. We usually record on Wednesday nights. It's called Talking Trash About Wrestling. You guys can go to mtomsig.com. You can hook up. I'm all over social media. If you look me up, I have 5 books that are for sale on Amazon that I've written. I've been on ESPN, done a whole bunch of stuff. But I really appreciate you guys having me on. This has been a great.
Dude, we appreciate you.
No, you guys, I love this conversation, you guys. We're gonna have to do this again. I had a really good time. You guys
this time via Discord. You gotta get your Discord. You gotta get your video. We gotta have all that stuff. And even Robbie, our honorary 4th member, has said, "Hey yo." So, but yeah, dude, thank you so much for being part of the show. I mean, we appreciate you for having on the show.
Man, it's been a pleasure.
We appreciate. And what's the name of your podcast? One more time.
It is Outlaw Talking Trash About Wrestling.
Outlaw Talking Trash About Wrestling podcast. Dude, thank you guys so much. We're looking forward to doing business with you guys. I've talked to this guy for quite a while. Myself and Joey, we kind of just touch bases with the dude, see what this guy's all about, stuff like that. And he even mentioned us on one of his episodes of the Outlaw Talking Trash podcast.
Well, if you guys want, we're actually hooked up with a couple organizations. We're hooked up with a wrestling organization in Canada called Elite Pro Wrestling. You guys can look them up also. If you guys, Doug Rubar is the guy that runs that. If you guys ever want some wrestlers or entertainers in each other, like, let me know and I'll try to get them for you. And
awesome.
We've had actually a couple guest wrestlers that we've interviewed on our show. And we work with some local groups here as well that are kind of what you call semi-professional or amateur wrestling groups here. But they put on a couple shows every month. They're actually based out of Arkansas, but they come up here and wrestle about every 2 months or so. So we talk to them as well and promote them on our Facebook. So I really appreciate it, guys. Have a great night. And like I said, thanks for being outlaws tonight. You guys and all your fans, make sure you become outlaws as well.
Absolutely, buddy. Thank you very much.
Dude, thank you so much for being a part of the show, man. We appreciate it.
Thanks for coming on.
Anyway, but yeah, so we're gonna wrap the show up. But before we do that, Malachi Black released a statement. Joey, how about you talk to us about that? Since you brought it up earlier.
Well, wasn't you want to say something about that, Daniel?
Well,
yeah, Dan, you had that.
Well, okay. So one, the AEW has filed legal trademarks on the House of Black. Okay?
Right.
So it has been told that Malachi did reach out to WWE. So it's nothing. He's not going to WWE. He's just expressed interest. Yeah. So when his contract ends, he might jump.
Yeah. Because from what I heard, it's a conditional release, but yeah, he did request his release. He had said he's been dealing with like
family issues,
health, everything, medical setbacks, everything. Just
well,
crazy, just life.
Well, I know they were saying that his back is wrecked.
Right.
So he took some time off, just to, I guess, get everything back in order. He basically told the fans, this isn't goodbye. This is just see you later. He'll be back.
Oh, yeah.
And they're saying that he might be back sooner than later.
Which is good.
Yes.
Because the dude...
We might see him back as early as Full Gear.
That would be awesome.
Yes.
Yeah. So, and one final thing. Joey, you said that Kenny Omega wouldn't hire us. Why you say that, dude?
Because he's not hiring us. You said it. He said you're fired, and you're not.
Well, he can't even manage a fucking Target. Nah, you think he can hire us?
No, supposedly there's a huge backstage drama with Kenny Omega pissing off people by saying the 85% he wouldn't hire him, and
you heard
mostly everybody's on Young Buck's side and all that. He was also.
And this is why we changed the ending of our stuff.
He also couldn't appear at Triple Mania the other day because of the whole suspension.
Well, you heard what he said into the camera after his match. Oh man, what was the last match that he had before all the shit went down?
It was the Elite, the Fort Order.
Okay, so after the Elite versus Dark Order match at All Out. Into the camera, I'll post the link. He was like, all you guys in the back, top that bitch. And I'm like, whoa. Yeah.
That was quick random.
Dude, yeah.
All right, so real quick as we wind down, I want to kind of, I can't even fucking talk. Take two. Real quick as we're winding down, I want to thank Mike Tomsick for being a part of the show. We wasn't expecting to have a call-in. This is actually, I guess you could say, that very first call-in. That's not a prank call. That's not a buddy of mine. It's stupid.
And of course there has to be a glitch, but Raw glitched up last week, so yeah.
It was actually cool to talk to somebody.
It was really cool. We should do stuff like that more often.
Yes.
But we're still in the process of doing the pay-per-view review. We just need to have time. That's the thing. We're three grown guys with three different lives, and one has a wife and a kid, and the other one has buku amount of dogs that he has to take care of.
Yeah.
And me, I have a girlfriend with a bunch of pain in the butt. Anyway, we all have different lives. Plain and simple. So we are going to do. I might as well say it. We're going to be doing Halloween Havoc 1997, which yours truly picked that.
Oh yeah, and Triple H better bring back the inflatable pumpkin for Halloween Havoc because
I know they do that.
I know they have that in fucking storage. They've shown it before.
If they do, no, the 1998 fucking inflatable with the pumpkin. They bring that back. I'm fucking in, bro. I'm in. I'm all in.
But the only way they can do that is if they do it in an arena. If they do it in that little NXT 2.0 arena, it won't fucking work.
If they do that, Bailey might pop it, though. Shut up, Robbie.
You know what?
Shut up.
If they're doing a takeover, Triple H might go full arena.
You might as well.
You might as well.
I mean, it's full capacity now. This COVID stuff is, I believe it's over, or Joe Biden declares it was over. Anyway, without further ado, we have reached the ending of this podcast. Once again, I want to thank Mr. Mike Thompson. You can check him out over at Talking. Is it Talking? Talking Trash. Thank you, Joey. Outlaw Talking Trash podcast. He messed up on our podcast. He said we're a Kayfabe. So it's equal opportunity at this point. So Mike, if you're watching this, I apologize for mispronouncing your podcast. Go check him out. Outlaw Talking Trash podcast. They're all over. They're everywhere. You can find it, whatever the place. Joey will probably have the links up if he has the links.
Yeah, I'll put the link.
He'll post the link in the description. But anyway, thank you guys so much for being a part of the show. Make sure you like this. Make sure you share it, comment, dislike it. Tell us that we suck. Tell us that Dan has a white shirt and looks like a piece of shit. Tell me that I look stupid with my glasses on. Tell Joey that his camera sucked. Don't matter. Just make sure you even interact. Interact with us. Check us out on Twitter, even though I don't really post that much stuff on Twitter. But check us out on Twitter at World of Kayfabe. Whatever. Check us out on Facebook, facebook.com/World of Kayfabe podcast, where we post every kind of update that there is under the sun, thanks to myself and Staggerly Crocker. We do most of the posting stuff. Dan does all the stuff as well. And also tune in right after the World of Kayfabe podcast. Check us out again on the channel for Dan's streaming of none other than Resident Evil 8, The Village. You'll be streaming it right after. So, yeah, again, make sure you follow us. Make sure you subscribe us on YouTube. And don't forget to tap that notification bell. That way you don't miss any of our content when we go live or when we have the replay of the recent episode. So until next time, I am Nick Venom, Dashing Dan the Man, and the Professor himself, Mr. Staggerly Crocker. You see what I did there now? You're not the Professor. You're no longer Staggerly Crocker. You're the Professor Staggerly Crocker. So you got a new name change. Well, wait, what?
He's the Mike Tenay of our podcast. Remember Professor Mike Tenay?
I'm Professor Mike Tenay.
There you go.
Yeah, close enough. And we are out!
Gentlemen, as you know, the Ultimate Warrior. Fuck it. It's publicly stated that, damn it, who put that up? Is that $200 an hour?
That's all.
Oh, me gusta.